Hey, do you have an older AC system and you're wondering, is it time to replace it? Before you do, watch this. Watching this might just save you thousands of dollars. Hi, I'm Jonathan with Green Energy Mechanical, and today I want to talk to you about our 3-strike rule that we use out in the field and with our customers to help them make the best decision when it comes to their heating and air conditioning systems. Right now we're in the summer, we're talking a lot about AC systems, and we're running into a lot of older AC units in Needham, Massachusetts, where one of our offices is located. And a common question that we get from homeowners is, hey, listen, my system's 15 years old. I know it's not a spring chicken anymore. Is it time to get a new one? And the answer is, it really depends. Just because a system's old isn't really a reason to just replace it. And so behind me, I just have a easy crude drawing, and it really goes into how there's 3 components to whether or not you really need to get a new system or not. The first one's going to be age. Is it younger? Is it older? Obviously, you're not going to want to replace a 3-year-old system, right? That wouldn't make much sense. But if it's 13 years old, there might be other things going on where that might make more sense. Performance. How well is it performing? Does it cool the space or heat the space the way it's supposed to? Does it always have to run? Is it short cycling? Is it costing a lot in energy bills? Is it even keeping you comfortable? That's going to fall into bad performance. And bad performance is another strike. And lastly, the 3rd strike would be repairs. Has the thing been running like a top for the last 15 years? Or have you been running into frequent issues, a lot of repair bills? Sometimes if repair bills add up a lot, it might make more sense to take that and invest it in a long-term solution versus just trying to continue to throw good money after bad, right? But again, the scenarios matter. And so a really easy way to look at it is if you have 1 strike, you're really just trying to get some more life out of the system. I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's say you have an example where this is a 15-year-old system. Just because it's 15 years old, though, that doesn't mean it's time to replace it, right? That's just 1 strike. What if it's 15 years old and hasn't had any repairs and it cools the house or heats the house? Great. Why replace it, right? Get some more life out of it. Maybe you could get another 3-4 years out of it before you have to replace it. Go for it. But what about a 2-strike situation? Let's say it's 15 years old, been running like a top, but now all of a sudden it stops working. You call a contractor out that you trust, and they say, hey, listen, this thing needs $5,000 in repairs to get it back up and running. Maybe the compressor shot, and you need a new compressor, and it's going to cost $5,000 for a compressor. Does it make sense to take $5,000 and put that into a 15-year-old system? Or would it make more sense to take that money that you're going to spend on expensive repairs here, right? Because at this point now we have two strikes. Does it make sense to take that money and invest it in a new solution, in a new long-term solution, right? And usually the answer is yes. So here we'd have 2 strikes, expensive repair bills and old age, and that would absolutely fall under, let's consider replacement. What about 3 strikes? Well, that's easy. If you have an old system, really expensive, and it hasn't been performing, maybe it's not cooling all the rooms correctly. Maybe you got to supplement with some window AC units, or you notice the thing's always running all the time and your energy bills are just through the roof. Why would you continue to spend money on energy bills and spend money on repair bills and have a 15-year-old system that doesn't owe you anything? Take that money and invest it in a new system. But what about a more trickier situation, right? Let's say it's 5 years old. Someone's here for a tune-up. Don't notice anything really wrong with it. Hasn't broken down yet. It's been performing great. No issues. Why would you replace it, right? Continue to run it, get more life out of it. Might get another 10, 15 years out of that thing, right? But what if you had a 5-year-old system and it's not performing very well? And what you end up finding is that system was 100,000 BTU furnace with a 5-ton AC, right? It's actually stuff we see all the time. Contractors that are lazy, they'll just throw in the biggest units because they don't want to have to deal with the callbacks. You end up having more expensive bills, doesn't really heat or cool well, it's short cycles. But the biggest problem is around 5 to 7 years old, this oversized system starts to catch up. You start running into performance issues. And maybe you haven't had any big repair issues yet, but you will. And here's what's happened. Now the system's short cycling. It's not heating or cooling that great. You call someone out and they say, I'm sorry to say it, but we did a manual J heat loss analysis, and this system is grossly oversized. You actually need a 60K furnace with a 3-ton AC. Okay? Grossly oversized. We checked the ductwork. The furnace is way too big for the ductwork. It's loud. It's making the ductwork pop in and out. It's dusty. It's creating a lot of issues. Well, what happens if that doesn't get resolved sooner than later, around this time, what you're going to have is a cracked heat exchanger or a compressor that fails. Okay? This happens again all the time. Oversized equipment ends up costing very expensive repairs. So let's say that does happen where you have a 5-year-old system that's grossly oversized, and because of that, it's oversized and causing performance issues, and those performance issues don't get addressed. They eventually cause expensive repairs like a cracked heat exchanger or a failed compressor. Although the unit's only 5 years old, it was an improperly designed system to begin with, right? We have 2 strikes, don't we? Why are we going to try to fix ductwork on a system that's grossly oversized and increase the ductwork and replace a cracked heat exchanger on a 5-year-old system? Let's take that money and invest it in a solution that's properly designed and properly installed with this setup here. And now that's going to fix our performance issues. The system's not going to be too big for the ductwork. It's not going to be too big for the home. It's not going to short cycle. It's not going to cost all this money in energy bills. And we don't have to worry about spending thousands of dollars on an expensive repair. We put that into the permanent solution. So now not only do we have performance issues fixed, but now the unit's under warranty and I know it's going to run for another 10, 15 years and I don't have to have any headaches. Okay? So as a little bit of a recap, if you just have 1 strike, maybe it's a newer system and it had some expensive repairs, get more life out of the system, okay? If you have 2 strikes, it might be time to consider replacement. Maybe you have an older system with some higher repairs. It might make more sense to take that money and put it into a long-term solution. But if you have a system that has 3 strikes, it's old, it's not performing well, and it has expensive repairs, what are you waiting for? Take that money, invest it into a new system that's going to help you. And especially if you invest it into a system that gets you rebates back from MassSave, now you can turn this into an investment instead of just a big bill that you have to spend. Get rebates back. At Green Energy, we actually give you instant rebates. So it literally comes right off your estimate. You don't have to wait 3 or 4 months like you do with other guys. And you just save big. And now you can offset your energy bills. And like I said, turn it into something that's positive versus just being this big headache. So hopefully that helps you. Again, if you have a system and you're just not sure, is it time to repair? Is it time to replace? And you live in Canton, Needham, or Lexington, or any of those surrounding towns, give us a call. Be more than happy to send a technician out, do a full system analysis for you, and just show you all your options from most premium down to most economical, and you choose the one that's best for you and your family. Again, thank you for watching. If this was helpful, can you do me a favor? Can you like and subscribe? Maybe even share it with somebody that could be helpful for them, and it'd be really helpful to us as well. Thanks again.